Welcome. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm having a great day myself. Today we're going to talk about more hand expressions. So we discussed 3 in the last video. We learned that you can turn the noun a hand into a verb, and you can use it in the context of giving someone something. And then we also talked about the phrasal verbs to hand in, to hand down, and to hand over. Now we're going to look at 3 more phrasal verbs and expressions. We'll go ahead and get right into it. The first one is to hand back. So to hand back something is pretty obvious. To hand it back to somebody, that means that person handed it to you and now you're handing it back. So it's to return something, right? For example, I handed Steve back his coat that he so kindly let me borrow during the snowstorm. Or as another example, you can use my phone, but hand it back to me as soon as you get done because I'm expecting a call. I used to hear this phrasal verb used a lot when I was in school. The teacher would always say something like, you have 10 minutes to complete the assignments and then you have to hand it back. Or another example, the professor handed back our tests and I did not do well. So it's basically the returning of something that you handed to somebody or that you handed in. Another expression that we'll look at today is for something to be out of hand, right? So when something's out of hand, it just means it's out of control. You know, kids can get out of hand all the time. A machine can get out of hand. The weather can get out of hand. You can use it for a lot of situations where things are becoming out of control. And it more or less is synonymous with being out of control. If you're in an argument with someone and it looks like this argument's escalating and it might get physical, you can say something like, "Come on, man, let's not let this get out of hand. We all just need to relax a little bit." If your kids are driving you crazy and they're being very wild, you can say, "All right, guys, that's enough. You're getting out of hand. Knock it off." Knock it off is another way to say stop it. Don't do what you're doing. Knock it off. If you are running a business and you are not making any money, you can say, "We really need to watch our finances and expenditures. Right now, the way we're spending money is just getting out of hand." You can use it when speaking about politics. You could say, "The political situation is just getting out of hand." Okay, and another expression that we use with hand is to have the upper hand. So when you have the upper hand, it means that you have an advantage over someone. The visualization here is pretty easy. The upper hand is on top, the lower hand is on bottom. So when you have the upper hand, you are on top. For example, if you're applying for a job, you want to have the upper hand over the competition. Here's how you can use it in a sentence. I'm applying for a job with Amazon, and I have the upper hand because I know someone who works there. Knowing someone is always a good way to get the upper hand when you're applying for a job. It's a common expression in sports as well. For example, my company's baseball team had the upper hand because one of my coworkers played baseball in college. You will also hear it in a business context, right? A lot of famous celebrities have endorsed our product, giving us the upper hand. It means you have the advantage over the competition. We are opening up an online store that'll really give us the upper hand in expanding our target market. Or another example, our store is leading the region in sales, but we have to continue to be aggressive and stay on top of it because I don't want the other stores to get the upper hand. Last but not least, we can use hand as an adjective, right? To have something handy is to have it available, to have it at a hand's reach, right? So I can say, Nowadays, everybody needs to have their cell phone handy because it keeps us connected with the world. If you have your computer handy, pull out your computer and take some notes. If you have a pen handy, pull out your pen and take some notes. Wherever you go, it's a good idea to also have your wallet handy. So those were the hand expressions today. Hands, hands, hands. I hope that simplifies the language for you, and you see now that you can use the word hand as an adjective, as a verb, as a noun. And this is very common with several words in English. We love to take a noun, turn it into a verb, or turn it into an adjective. So whenever you learn a verb, definitely do a little more research and see if that verb is an adjective or a noun as well. You kind of expand your conversational potential in English and also your comprehension. Thanks for watching. Hey, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. It's just a click of a button, very easy. I'm going to be adding videos all the time. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, so keep an eye out for another video. Subscribe, share it with your friends if you know anybody who's learning English. And I hope to see you back here soon. Have a great day. Take care.